Shalom, giving all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Bahashem, Makakudash, double honors unto the elders and apostles of great most of all well. And shalom to the 144,000 elect men of the nation of Israel, and the rest of the elect destined to be saved, and the brother Caleb, and the GMS England on Forecasters Camp. Back with another lesson to help edify those of which I spoke of, show you true Hebrew Israelites. As always, I'd like to begin by saying that the real Israelites, these so-called Negroes, Latinos, Hispanics, Native Americans, West Indians, and West Africans predominantly, but you will find Israelites that do look like the other nations, because we as a people have been scattered among all the nations. But if your seed line by your forefathers goes back to the man in the Bible that was named Israel, then you too are an Israelite, no matter what you may look like, because Numbers chapter 1 and verse 18 tells you that your nationality is determined by the lineage of your forefathers. So I wanted to do a lesson on the topic of free will, or the illusion thereof, because there is no such thing as free will, and how everything in life is scripted. From the minute you open your eyes to the minute that you close your eyes at night, there is nothing that happens to you that is off script, or that the Most High hasn't sanctioned. Now, I was reading this comic yesterday. It's a Captain America comic from 1941, and there was an interesting little situation that cropped up in here that I thought it might be edifying to turn into a lesson. So basically, to give you a brief synopsis of what was going on in this particular set of panels, is that there was a murderer who killed a film director, and obviously Captain America was trying to find out who the murderer was. So he put on a costume and pretended to be an extra on the film set, as you can see here. And the film was set in medieval times, so here you have him dressed up as a knight, riding a white horse. So he's in disguise in this scene, right? Trying to find the murderer on the film set. Probably sounds a bit silly, but if you was to actually read it, it would make sense. So here he says, right, keep your eyes open, Bucky. Bucky's his little psychic, the little boy there. He says, keep your eyes open, Bucky. I have a feeling that something's going to happen that isn't in the script. So basically, many times we have likened the Most High to that of a film director, where a film director has his cast and his crew. You've got the cast that you can see, which will be the people that play in front of the camera, and then you've got the crew that play behind the camera, which would be your set designers, your costume designers, your composers for the musical score, the performers who play the instruments for the score. That all happens off camera, but it's still part of the film, part of the whole scene. So let's use an analogy. In this life, you've got your principal actors, which would be people like you and me, people who are actually visibly moving around. Then you've got those who are invisibly moving around, which would be the holy angels. And obviously you've got demons as well, but they're angels on the left-hand side, but they all serve the will of the Heavenly Father. If a demon goes to somebody and persuades them to do a particular thing, the demon's still doing the will of the Heavenly Father, because the Most High is indeed the Most High. He controls both sides of the spectrum, both the left and the right, the good and the bad. But the Most High is the film director, right? Now, usually you don't see the film director in a film unless they make a cameo. And the Most High is a power that hideth himself, so he doesn't make cameos in his films. However, he will send his son down to make cameos in the form of Yahweh Shai. But that's another topic. But let's stick on this point, right? So here you have the film set. Captain America says, keep your eyes open, Bucky. I have a feeling something's going to happen that isn't in the script. Now, there isn't, as I said before, there's nothing that happens in life that isn't in the scriptures. Everything is scripted by the Most High. There's no mistakes. So let's read on. It's the wrong way. It says, okay, this is the man in the white jumper there is the director himself. He says, okay, I want some action in this scene. Give it all you've got. Spur those horses and keep your lances down. and it says the guy says camera, and he says sound. So that's basically what's happening in the spiritual realm. Like, you know, when they do films, they say when the cameraman's got the camera lined up and the actors are in their positions, on their marks, as you might say, you get someone to say 3, 2, 1, action, and then they start rolling the camera. Well, that's the same way it works when you open your eyes in the morning. Although you don't hear the sound of the Most High saying 3, 2, 1, or the Most High giving the command to the angel to say to you 3, 2, 1, action. You open your eyes and you start your film. See, from the minute you open your eyes, that's when the cameras start rolling. To the minute you go to sleep at night, that's when they say cut. Well, they don't say cut, but you know what I mean. That's when the scene would end, and then you go to sleep, and then the instructions are sealed in your head for the next day when you wake up and you act out those instructions that were given to you from the Most High. Even me doing this lesson right now, you know, I was at home yesterday. At a certain particular time, I got into my bed. I fell asleep. While I was asleep, the Most High said, or sent his angel to say and broke up my mind to be like, okay, you're going to wake up in the morning and you're going to do a lesson on this particular topic, and it's going to be such and such a you're going to bring out these precepts, and the lesson will be exactly, you know, however many minutes and seconds it is. It's all it's all preordained and predestined by the Spirit of the Most High. So reading on, wrong direction again. It says, dressed in the regal splendor of a medieval king and queen, and sorry, let me read that again. Dressed in the regal splendor of a medieval king and queen, Craig Talbot and Carol Young watch the jousting scene. So these are two other actors who are in the film, but these are legit actors in the story. It says, Carol stares intensely at Steve Rogers. Steve Rogers is Captain America on the white Charger. That guy says, that soldier Rogers seems to interest you, Carol. And she says, he does look impressive on that white horse. The tournament begins. They blow their trumpets. So the horses start charging because they're doing a joust, right? So the horses are charging. As you can see, the director's watching, right? And they're going towards each other there. And it goes, suddenly, Roger's opponent reels in his saddle as his fingers clutch at an arrow protruding from his chest. Ugh, he gets hit by the arrow, right? And Captain America says, things are beginning to pop. Some killer's going to pay for this, but fast. So that was an unexpected occurrence in this story. You know, when you're reading it, you're not expecting some random arrow to hit that guy on the horse and he drops dead. But my point is that was judgment from the Most High, and that's how life works. You know, it's a shock to us because in our minds we've got a particular way of seeing things and a way of expecting things to play out. But that was a shock to the Most High. The Most High sanctioned that man's death. So everything that happens is according to the script. So I'm trying to explain it as best as I can. From our vantage point, from our perspective as being beings on the earth, you know, things seem random and chaotic sometimes, and oh, what a coincidence. But there's no coincidences with the Most High. There's no chaos with the Most High. Everything is done decently and in order with the Most High. And when you bring your mind back into alignment with that perception of how life is, everything starts to make more sense. And life is a hell of a lot more stressful because then you realize that the Most High is in control of everything. So let's get some precepts on this. It says, see now that I, even I am he, and there is no God with me. I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. So the Most High kills and the Most High wounds. So that actor that got killed on the horse by the seemingly random arrow, it wasn't random. That was that actor's time to depart this world. It was all set up from the minute that actor was born, and from the minute he set foot out of his mother's womb, that was ultimately going to be his end, because everything plays out according to the script that the Most High set out. This is Job 33 for verse 15. Start from verse 14. Job 33 and verse 14. It says, "For the Most High God speaketh once, yea twice, yet men perceive it not." Read that again. "For the Most High God speaketh once, yea twice, yet man perceiveth it not. In a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falleth upon men, in slumberings upon the bed, then he openeth the ears of men and sealeth their instructions, that he may withdraw man from his purpose and hide pride from man." There you go. So, as I said, everything was preordained, everything was predestined, everything was prescribed, pre-written, according to the script of the Most High. None of us can transgress that. Really, a lot of us are just like puppets in the Most High's hand. Little or you could even say we're like action figures in the Most High's hand, where he turns us whithersoever he will. We think that we have autonomy, if that's the word to use. We think that we have freedom, but that's all illusionary. And really, that's something that comes from pride. When you think that you're independent of your maker and that you can do whatever you want. What are the scriptures? Let me get the one about the potter's clay. Hang on. Romans 9. Romans chapter 9 verse 21 says, Romans 9 and 19, Thou will say then unto me, why doth he yet find fault? For who have resisted his will? Nay, but, O man, who art thou that repliest against the Most High God? Shall the thing formed say to him that formed it, why hast thou made me thus? Have not the potter power over the clay, of the same lump to make one vessel unto honour, and another unto dishonour? What if the Most High, willing to show his wrath, and to make his power known, endured with much long suffering the vessels of wrath fitted to destruction, and that he might make known the riches of the glory on the vessels of mercy, which he hath afore prepared unto glory? Right, so that's really talking about the two, the vessels of honor versus the vessels of dishonor, which would be the Israelites being the vessels of honor, and the Edomites being the vessels of dishonor. And the Most High suffered with long suffering the wickedness of the vessels of dishonor, that he might make his wrath known upon them, and then show his mercy upon the vessels which he has chosen for honor, which would be the Israelites, and ultimately destroying the Edomites, which are the vessels of dishonor. But I'm saying that to make the point that The Most High is the potter, and he has the power over the clay, and he turneth men whichever direction he wants them to go. So really, as I said, the Most High is kind of like, we're like toys in the Most High's setup. It's really all a big game. You could say we're like pieces on a chessboard. That's a game, you know. Or you could play a video game. You got playable characters. You got non-playable characters. You know, we're characters in the game, or we're actors on the stage. What's one of those famous quotes by William Shakespeare? The whole world is a stage. You know, and this world, you know, this earth, this is, you know, believe that goes back to was it theatre? Let's get the etymology of the word theatre. Goes back to theos, doesn't it? Let me check that out. Yeah, theatre, definition A place of dramatic action, especially during a war. So the earth is a place of dramatic action, so it's like one big theatre. Um, hmm. Yeah, that's lucky. I was just reading those definitions. Not going to go too deep into that right now. Stay on the point. What precepts did I want? Man's goings of the Lord. How then can a man understand his own way? Proverbs 5 verse 21 says this. It says, for the ways of man are before the eyes of Yahweh, and he pondereth all his goings. For the ways of man are before the eyes of Yahweh, and he pondereth all his goings. Proverbs 20 and 24 says this similar thing. Man's goings are of Yahweh. How can a man then understand his own way? There you go. Man's goings are of the Lord. How then can a man understand his own way? So back to the point to close out this lesson. Everything is scripted. You know, as I said, in this particular story, which I was using for illustrative purposes, this knight seemed to have got shot on a random, you know, by someone, and he dropped dead. But it wasn't random. It was all scripted. You know, everything goes according to the script of the Most High. So with that, giving all praises and all glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakodash, double honors unto the elders and apostles of Great Millstone of all well. Shalom to all the 144,000 elect men of the nation of Israel and the rest of the elect destined to be saved. I'll catch you on the next lesson. All the way. Shalom for now.